scrolling, but it's so awesome. I have nothing to talk about. I mean, I do. Normally I come into these like having an idea of what I want to talk about. I want this to be like kind of a more chill vibe where I just mainly just I guess give an update on what I've been doing. And I've kind of like switched like the idea of maybe how I want to go on this route. Like I still want it to be like the insightful what I've been learning about my progress and the YouTube channels for myself, but I think I want to be more kind of just be myself a little bit more. I'm not always like the serious monotone person I feel like I portray myself as. I don't know, every time I watch over these videos, I could tell I'm very serious, monotone. I'm gonna get through what I need to. That's not really me. What I love to crack jokes, I like to fuck around. There's just a lot like the camera hasn't seen of me, and a lot of that has to do with like because when I'm like sitting down and I'm talking about it and I have like a kind of a path for what I want to talk about, what I want to follow. I'm serious. I'm talking about being insightful and whatnot. It's only when I'm around other people. I mean, sometimes when I'm by myself, I feel more kind of whatever. Or when I'm with my roommate, I want to get more like footage of me just being out. It is really hard for me to do that because I get so self-conscious, like how pulling out a camera and it's like, yo, people are looking at me and I just do this for fun. I'm just trying to make an impact on the world. I just want other people to look at me and be like, you know what, like this dude, he's doing the right thing or something like that. I want to be great, to put it simple. I want to be great. I want people to look up to me in a way or to look at me and be like, they would also want to do astrophysics or physics or some kind of difficult degree of science or engineering or whatever it might be. It could be art, history, because I feel like I'm in the middle of it right now. I feel like a lot of people when they start talking about it, they've already shown it, which makes sense. You focus extremely hard on what you need to do, and then you show, and then you should. I think it would be really cool in my sense to just kind of like film it, what's been going on and how my ideas or how my personality or how much I just changed throughout this. And then when I'm finally at where I want to be, where I can reflect and be like, fuck yeah, like, the goal is to have my PhD in whatever it is. And, I get it in Europe and I'm like, I did it. Like I can look back on so many years of footage that I have and it's like, look where I came from. Like this is how I started out, I have been just taking more time lapses on my camera, just showing like the day to day things. But a lot of the times I'm still like strict to a schedule. You can see the log. I go to class, come out, come back here, do my homework, just try to study. Just now I studied for so long because I have an exam this Wednesday, and I bombed an exam last Wednesday, and I was like, dude, I can't fail these exams. I want to go to Europe. Like I want to go to Europe so bad. And I can't afford a B in any of these classes, bro. If I could show like in my senior year that I'm gonna get A's, I think that's fun enough to get into the universities. And I don't think I could afford like any B's. I really want it. So I've been putting aside time now. Like I did even the exam, like I felt so confident going into it too. I studied so much. I wrote down like I got my notebook and I wrote down extra notes, and I was like, what, I fucking got this. Like I was able to solve the practice problems he gave me, the practice exam that my professor gave me. I was able to do the homework problems. There were some things I like slacked off on where I looked at it instead of writing it down. Like for practice, I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then comes to the exam, it was similar but slightly different, like a little more difficult. But I just couldn't figure it out, and I know I just bombed the hell out of it. Um, I just couldn't figure it out. But given me, it just goes like I need to just put even more effort. Like it sucks like hell, and I'm just like first exam after I come back from Europe and it just doesn't go well. Obviously, I don't want to quit because I want this so bad. So I'm really going to double my time in the book and just try to study. So I just studied right now for about an hour and a half. I read like 20, 30 pages on special relativity. And Jesus, was it grueling because I really, I tried to understand it with my hand. I didn't just try to read it, but I tried to read it and then understand it. And holy shit, was it hard? But I got it. I got like the tiniest bit of portion to understand. And there's still a lot more before the exam Wednesday. It's a Sunday night right now. And this is the thing that I kind of realized since I was probably a little bit, wow. This is like a weird thing I've kind of like had to realize more recently within the last year is that I used to never study. I used to never pick up a textbook and I used to never practice like any kind of math. or science or reading when it came to like high school. And I come here to college and I do it a little bit, but then I was like, yeah, so it's chill, it's still chill. But getting to this my junior and senior year, like this shit is rough. Like I've never had to pick up a book, so it's like I just look around at people. I just look at people around me, and they seem smarter than me. But that's mainly because I don't see like the work they even put in, or their path would have been completely different. They might have taken a classical class in high school about this. Like I didn't. I didn't even pay attention to physics in high school, and I didn't pay attention to physics one and physics two in college. Like I didn't, and I coasted by, and now it's like biting me ass because you're supposed to apply what you learn from those physics classes in these classical classes, and I'm just like, shit, I gotta go back. So that's a little rough. So now it's like I'm putting so much time into actually reading these textbooks. And before I picked up my textbook today, or I guess like in 2 hours ago, I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this, bro. I was like slamming my desk. Fuck, I don't want to do this. And here I am, 90 minutes later, and I feel great. I do feel great. I feel honestly good. I feel better than I did before I read it. I literally told myself, I was like, okay, if I'm not gonna do this, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Like my bedtime is at midnight. I try to make it at midnight. What else am I gonna do if I just don't if I don't study? I'm just gonna fucking lay in my bed and scroll. I love scroll. No, when I play Xbox, no, that's to me that feels like wasting time. Like sure it's fun. Well, Xbox is fun and doom scrolling is easy, but it's not rewarding to myself. And I want something rewarding. On the topic of rewarding, I've been going skating the last like 2 to 3 weeks pretty consistently. And it wasn't until yesterday that I felt good about skating, that I was able to like hit something I've never hit before. It's the first time I've ever even like I've ollied up something and I hit a manual on it. Oh my god, that felt so good because that was a completely new trick. I wasn't like trying to, because most of my track these last couple weeks while skating have been like, okay, I got to get my tricks back. I never reached a point where I could ollie up and manu something, and then I think a 5.0 is way cooler than just ollieing up a block and manning. I think that's something I want to try next. Cause obviously, like I said, I never tried that. But out of the 3 total weeks I've skated, it wasn't until yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I was drunk as hell skating. Not a good idea. I thought I was sober, but I was drunk. I mean, I got sober at that point, but I was able to hit it. I was just like, fuck yeah! Like I hit it with my homie, and I was like, ah, yeah. That was great. On the topic that I was drunk, I did go to one of my parties yesterday. The frat we were throwing, and I went. It was a great time. Chill, and people there are very nice, and got very drunk. Super cool, super cool. And I brought my homie. He had never been to one before. And he said he had a great fucking. We got smashed, and this was at like 3 p.m. And but I came back here and I was pissed. I recorded a video. I don't know if I'm adding clips to it. All right, what's up? God, bro, I can't stand this age that I'm at and these people. And I can't stand that I need alcohol to have fun and to feel loose and to feel social. But I was basically just baby raging. I was just like, fuck, bro. I want to go skate. I want to play guitar. I want to do all this shit. And I can't because I'm dizzy as hell. I was so hammered. I was like, fuck, bro. Why can't this go away? Like, I came back at my crib at like 6. I ate like a huge homemade meal, and I laid in my bed just listening to Linkin Park. Well, I don't even know what I listened to. I think it was Linkin Park, and I was just laying in my bed, and it was like 7:30, and I wanted to skate at 8, but I was still so drunk, and I was like, fuck. So 9 p.m. hits, and I go to the skate park, and I think, okay, I'm feeling good. But once like I get on my board and I try to ollie, I was like, oh, bro, and I'm so tired. I'm trying to do some tricks, and I'm just like, bro, fuck. Like, I wasn't hammered, but I was like, I can't focus. But I just went through it. So I skated for probably like 90 minutes to 2 hours total. By the end of it, near the end of it, I was like pretty sober enough to where I was able to hit the 5.0. It was a pretty funny time. I wouldn't recommend doing it again because like I could focus on the tricks, but I couldn't at the same time. It was just kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was funny. And yeah, the party was great, but I'm not gonna go back, bro. I can't keep going to these parties because I feel like shit for the rest of the day. I feel like I would have felt like that day was wasted if I didn't go skate. So technically, it was like a productive day for me because I wanted to go skate. And thankfully, I didn't feel like shit today. I hit a nasty back and buys today. My wrist is killing me, but we're straight. We're straight. What else did I do this week? I've been reading 1984 recently. First fiction book that I'm reading, and I really sat down. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, and normally I read like 10 pages a day. But at that day, I hadn't read in like a week. Like, all right, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna fucking read. So I read 30 pages, which I'm pretty proud of myself for. And the next day, I read like 20 pages. So I'm getting through that book really quickly already, which I felt really good about myself. But I think I'm gonna have to put it on the back. I can't stop burping. I can't stop burping. I think I'm gonna put it on the back burner right now, just because exam Wednesday. And that's okay. After Wednesday, I should be chill. I should be chill to read again. So hopefully with that book is really it's interesting. There's just a lot of world building. I feel like there's so much explanation. I'm like 120 pages in, and it just feels like there's so much explanation that I'm now getting to the point, okay, where the story's carrying on. It's a 320 page book. And I was like, fuck. I was like at page 90, and I was like, bro, I get it. I get what the world looks like. It wasn't descriptive ways of the world, but it was more just like how the dystopia world acts, and how, which, like, okay, I get you need to describe it, but I was just like, all right, please, can we just get on with the story? So I'm now getting to a point where like it's at the point now where they're carrying to the story. Winston finds the dark haired girl, and she tells him where to go, and so he's going down there. I'm getting to that point soon. I think I'm getting to the point where he's literally about to go head down. He's like, he has to take a right, take a left down an alley, and she was like, "Will you remember that?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." It's getting to that point. Cool book, definitely a cool book. Now that I'm past all the descriptive parts or the world building, I'm like, okay, it's getting dope. It's getting dope. I think I'm gonna start steroids soon. I feel very small and my joints hurt all the time. So yeah, that was a joke, by the way. And then to end it off, I've been going to therapy the last. I've already had 2 sessions. There's nothing really concerning me right now, but I feel like I'm at a point right now where I feel good. But I don't want to go back to a point where I'm super anxious again, where I'm just really down on my luck. I don't like how I look. I don't like who I am. I think doing it now, even though I feel good about myself, is kind of smart in my regards. Or, well, I thought it was a smart idea. So far we're still just kind of like, she's just getting to know me more, or know how my mind works, how I react to situations, how my emotions are, how I think and whatnot. So she's already given me a task, and it's just kind of like expressing gratitude towards myself. Like, if I do anything that makes me feel good, to say it out loud, to be like, you know what, I'm proud of myself for doing it. I feel like I'm very critical of myself. Like, let's say I get my calories in for the day, get 3,000 calories in for the day. I won't express gratitude towards myself because that should be expected of me. Like, I can't feel genuinely good. Yeah, I know I hit it because no, I should be doing that. But you know what I did feel very good about yesterday? Hitting that 5-0. Oh my god, I hit that 5-0 for the first time. Something I've never done before. I thought it would take me fucking forever to just. It's just the Manny part that like throws me off because I've never really like ollied to Manny. So when I hit that, I was like, yeah. I looked at myself and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Felt very good. But yeah, so I mean, it's been very chill. Like, nothing too crazy right now. Definitely will update what's been going on in the future. But yeah, again, this is just like an update of the video, I guess. And I'll see you guys soon.